Guys, there's a new Trump token coming this week. It's the Truth Social token that we've been waiting for at this point. Well, for a couple weeks, just 2-ish weeks back, there were rumors that the token was dropping. It sounds more definitively like it is finally coming here, guys. So be prepared for this. You want to be set up on Ethereum, which is where it sounds like that token is dropping. So just a heads up about that. I'll say you probably want to maybe, to be safe, plan for a Solana drop, maybe for a base drop, maybe also as well. But it does sound like it's coming on Ethereum. Either way, it is coming here, guys, in the next 72 hours. Ticker name, don't know. Exactly the time, don't know. But stay on top of this and make sure you find out when it is dropping. To do that, man, follow along right here, guys. Follow me on Inside NFTs over on YouTube. It's at NFTLDR. Better believe when it drops, we're going to be right on top of it and talking about it. And this one will cook. Absolutely, guys. You can follow me on X at Huda_idiot to stay plugged in as well. And a quick heads up. Yes, the format of this morning show a little different today. Don't know if it's going to stay this way or if we go back to live. It's probably going to be a mix of both. But the afternoon Swarm Report show is staying as is. And you can catch that over on the Crypto Slam account on YouTube at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Man, we had a really big show this past weekend with the creator of the Bernie agent, the Roast token. That was an absolute cook. We'll talk about that in a minute, but you definitely want to keep on top of AI here this cycle, especially. It's cooking over there, man. Follow us on X at CryptoSlam.io. And also our flagship AI agent, it is the Swarm_AI. Again, also one you want to be paying attention to. A little biased, yeah, but for good reason. And I'm going to talk about why just briefly. Guys, here's the Swarm sitting at a $1.3 million market cap. And I want you to keep this in mind as we talk about Virtuals here briefly today. Virtuals is the hottest AI agent launchpad. Man, we're seeing tokens launch there for, guys, not a 2x or a 3x or a 5x, where I'm talking 10, 20, 50 X's. And I think tomorrow we're about to see one that's more like a 100x, maybe a 200x. And if that sounds crazy and too good to be true, you would think so, but guys, it's exactly how it's playing out, and for good reason. Now, the details of how that works and why and all that we'll talk about on the Swarm Report show, but just know that's a great platform. I believe in that platform and that team, and it's why I'm trying to stack those Virtuals points you need to get into those token pre-sales. You get points from, well, holding these agent tokens, and so I'm betting on our own token, our own agent. That's the Swarm, who's also going to be in the hottest upcoming Virtuals ACP Swarm. This is an autonomous hedge fund and trading DAO, man. I think all of crypto Twitter is going to be talking about this guy coming up in a few weeks and all through the summer. And he's in there in a very exclusive group, along with some of the hottest agents out there, AI XBT and AI XVC agent. There's a lot of great ones, but only a few get in that club. And our Swarm agent is right there. Guys, some big news on the NFT side of things. Surprised, not surprised, I don't know. But Frank DeGods announced this morning that today's his last day as CEO of the DeGods, turning the project over to the current team. It's OX Chill and Pasta Got Sauce. I don't know if this is good or bad for DeGods. For some people, they're glad to see him go. He brings maybe bad attention, bad energy, but that wasn't always the case. So some are probably bummed he's leaving. Some really, really glad he's leaving here. But for Frank, it's just turning the page after, at this point, a year of controversy. Actually, for Frank, it's been years of controversy. So he's looking to get past this. Finally, for Frank, he can move past it and move on to whatever he's doing next. Make no mistake, with the crypto market heating back up and NFTs coming with it, Frank's going to be right here front and center in front of all of us. So either way, you're going to see plenty of Frank here. Now, our biggest news in the past 24 hours, this is a big deal because it is actually a deal. U.S. announcing a trade deal with China. So this news actually broke yesterday. The U.S. and China met both Saturday and Sunday. Some kind of deal, kind of teased, announced yesterday. Details of it yesterday, we didn't know, but the market loved it at that point. Right now, I'll give it a little spoiler. I think it's kind of priced in, but some details here. The United States is cutting tariffs on Chinese goods from 145% to 30% for just a short period of time, guys. 90 days we're looking at. And then China's lowering tariffs on U.S. goods from 125% to 10% also for just 90 days. So at least for now, some peace of mind for, those of us who are trading the markets and probably for your wallet, your IRL wallet. Both sides agreeing to establish a China-U.S. trade consultation mechanism. So just keeping the lines open, that dialogue flowing, which is exactly what we need. And it's all people were asking for. So really, really good news here. Scott Bessent saying we want a decoupling with China for strategic necessities. And yeah, fair enough. I don't think anybody has any kind of problem with that. But again, how does it affect the market? I'm going to refresh right here. But like I said, I think it's mostly priced in. You can see really a mixed bag or mostly flat in the past 24 hours, but you keep an eye on the 7-day column here, and we're up massively. Bitcoin right now just over 104K. ETH at 2,500, up 41% in the past 7 days. Ripple 254, Solana 175. Actually, Ripple's kind of cooking right now, huh? Up over 6% in the past 24 hours, so up almost 3% in the past hour here. Anyway, the market loves this news. A lot of thought out there that we're going to be testing Bitcoin all-time high here this month, and I agree. I think we'll be pushing that maybe as soon as this week, certainly hoping so. Let's look at the Bitcoin ETFs on Friday. Pretty solid day, really good day. 321 mil in inflows. Again, that's the Bitcoin ETFs. Just comparing it to what we've seen lately. Again, a really good day. Not our best day. At least we weren't negative there, but a really solid day of money coming into the Bitcoin ETFs. On the Ethereum side, again, an okay day. 17.6 million inflows. It's not our best day on that side, but also we had 3 days straight prior of outflows. So we'll take that 17 million inflows there. And I think with the way Ethereum's ripping lately, we're going to see some monster inflows there. Over to the NFT market, and a really, really great week of sales last week. 105.9 million, that is cross-chain sales. And by the way, we're not going to look at daily sales. Just know we're looking at like 14 million sales yesterday. Weekly view is what we're on here now. Sellers down last week. Buyers down as well. Transactions down. But you make up that difference in the sales volume here in average sale price. We're looking at $96. So a pretty large increase here. And then trade profits almost 10 million in the negative for the past week. So it was our worst week of trade profits in about a month here. Still looking for that to flip. And I assume there's a lot of Doodle sales in there, right? They dropped their Dude token Friday. People selling their Doodle probably at a loss because they just got a bunch of tokens. So that probably explains a lot of those losses there. Your top collections move in this market here, guys. It's Courtyard on top, followed by CryptoPunks, D-Market, Gilded Guardian Heroes, Pudgy Penguins. We'll skip this FX collection and jump to Bitcoin Puppets, Bored Apes both on ETH and Blast. Some BNB collections, I've not been able to vet these. You know, sometimes we see different collections and they can be money laundering. I'm not saying that's what these are for sure, but I'm not familiar with these at all. So we'll jump to Taproot Wizards that are cooking and Mad Lads that are looking okay. And Doodles, there you see Doodles. Again, volume, extra volume here. Because of that Dude token and people exiting those Doodle. Actually, some people getting right in. It's their chance to get into the Doodles community. And then D-Gods. We'll keep an eye on them over the next, few days, few weeks, just to see how traders are liking this Frank D-Gods, D-Gon news, But right now, yeah, definitely people either exiting or some looking at that as a pretty good opportunity here, guys. Your top sale in the past 24 hours, it's CryptoPunk, number 9460, selling for 81 ETH. It's over $200,000. My goodness. Also, I spy a very nice X copy sale here. I'm trying to remember the name of this piece here, but there you see $176,000 for that. Let me see if I can find the name. I think it's just a letter like N. Oh, N. This piece is actually called N. Yeah, you're looking at a grail right there, and it is still X copy season here, guys. Top, not top collections. Let's peek at floor prices, especially on Bitcoin. You know what I think about Bitcoin NFTs. I think they are, in all of crypto, I think the best bet, the best investment, the best gamble, whatever you want to call it. I think they're one of the safest assets out there with the most upside. And you see, as soon as the market starts turning, you see where people are rotating their money to. Ordinals up in a big, big way. Puppets up 46% to 0.054. Taproot Wizards back to 0.18, up 10% here. I mean, it's green across the board here. But especially these majors here is what I'm looking at. Quantum Cats to 0.043, Node Monks 0.045. But if I flip to USD, you start getting an idea of the real value of these things, guys. I mean, we're talking $4,000-$5,000 just minimum for those top collections. And then you got Taproot Wizards that are creeping up to 20K. And I won't get into it here, but just know that my predictions for these top 5-ish collections, 5 years down the road, I think these will all be at a 1+ Bitcoin floor. I believe it. I stand by it. I see nothing that makes me change my mind about it. I think this is the best opportunity in, again, all of crypto, not just NFTs, all of crypto. Basically, I look at it as a way to mine Bitcoin. Maybe it's crazy. I don't think so. On the East side, mixed bag here, but you see Pudgy Penguins up 3% to 11.5 ETH. Pretty solid. Doodles finding their footing right. They've got their floor now to 1.34. Bored Apes down just over 3%. Who else we have here? Good Vibes down 2% to 0.72. I thought after the Dude token dropped, we'd see a big rotation to the GVC, and I thought we'd see him over 1 ETH. Didn't happen. I'm kind of surprised there. I still think that's exactly where they're heading here in the short term, and I think, let's see if I'm right this time, but I do think in the next few weeks we're going to see an explosion sending them over an ETH here. Over on Abstract, we got a new cook over here, the Dramelio Maker. Bought one live with you guys over this weekend. Bought it on secondary, but these minted at 0.019. Got as high as 0.2 ETH this morning. So like a 10x on these in just a couple days. I'll say this. Keep your eyes on the Abstract ecosystem. Like if you're looking at anywhere in crypto for where you should spend your attention, your time, your money, it's definitely ordinals, it's definitely virtuals, and it's definitely Abstract. About to get a Memecoin season over there, but also an NFT season over there. I would lock right into the Abstract ecosystem. You're going to see a lot of big wins over here soon. We'll flip to Barachains, mixed bag over here too, but Steady Teddy's also some gains here, up over 6% to 118 Barra floor. Yeah, looking okay over there. Feels like it's lost some of its momentum in general, just that chain, but we'll see if they can pick back up. Doodles, look, coming off that token launch, need to explain what they are. Who are the Doodles? What are they doing? And look, if you haven't read their light paper, if you're not as plugged in, you don't know. You just don't know that they're actually an AI agent launchpad, which they are, guys. DreamNet. Quick heads up, I'm chatting with these guys to get them on the Swarm Report show. Get them on the afternoon show, talk about that DreamNet launchpad, and help people understand what it is they're building. I think it might be a bigger deal than people realize, but look, if they never realize, it's maybe never going to matter. So we'll be chatting with them really, really soon, it looks like. Looking at the AI market, guys, absolutely cooking. Market cap now up to 11.77 billion, up over 8% in the past 24 hours. And man, definitely expecting that to continue. I think 20 bill is coming in the very short term. And for a lot of that, you can thank the Virtuals Genesis launchpad here. Man, no big drops coming today, although I'm keeping an eye on Jarvis. I'm keeping an eye on GPT Wars. But look, all eyes right now are on the Axelrod launch. That's coming tomorrow. Still trying to get them locked in for an appearance on the afternoon show on the Swarm Report here. But all eyes on that after people saw how great the Bernie launch did. Guys, these pre-sales that happen on virtuals, you get in them at about a $200,000 market cap, and you see what Bernie's at right now, guys. 8.5 mil right now. That's FTV, but 8.5 mil market cap. Got as high as 10, 11 mil, and you can see why people are just running to get to this virtuals launchpad. Again, you need points to get into these pre-sales. You have to, otherwise you don't get in at that 200K market cap. And to get those points, look, you hold the virtuals token or you hold agent tokens, or you can actually write content and they'll give you points for that too. But I'm going to tell you, I think the Swarm is one of those spicy opportunities to stack points with an agent that I think, again, biased, it's our agent, but I think is going to do pretty darn well. I'm hoping at least, right? But Bernie and Absolute Cook, traders who got in early looking at what, a 50x, maybe a little more, absolutely wild. Axelrod's probably going to demolish all records though. All records from number of participants to how subscribed, and then the market cap. I think we're going to see probably a 20, 30 mil market cap. And look, if this market keeps cooking, I'm not going to be shocked to see Axelrod at something more like 50 to maybe 100. We'll see. But 20 to 30, yeah, I think pretty likely. Now, everyone's going to be talking about virtuals here very soon. They're starting to now. But right, you can talk about virtuals on X. You can tweet about it, submit manually your post and get points. But soon they're going to be integrated on Cato, right? And then it'll be automated. They have their AI tools that search X. They find posts with certain words, and they're going to reward you points just automatically through that platform. Cato's gone kind of mainstream on crypto Twitter. So again, everybody, your favorite influencers, your most hated influencers, all of them, they'll all be talking about virtuals here soon in those agent launches. You probably want to be in that ecosystem sooner rather than later. And I mean, kind of nowish, right? Okay, staying on the AI, but actually on the art side, which I love, Rafiq Anadol's new collection, guys. It's Biome Lumina. Man, that pre-sale goes live tomorrow. That is going to be a really, really hot collection. I'll say this. Good luck getting into it. It's probably not very likely. 1,000 editions, and it mints at 3 ETH. So yeah, really expensive mint. Although I see that collection going to 5 to 10 ETH. So if you are lucky to get in there, if you have some of his previous collections and you get to mint early, then do it. Do it. Look, not financial advice, or maybe it is. I don't know. It's going to be a really, really hot collection, like all of his collections. Winza Yawanawa, his last big one, which did get to 10 plus ETH. I think we'll see exactly that with Biome Lumina. Definitely worth checking out. Gorgeous collection. Again, AI, NFTs, put them together. I love it. A couple more headlines for you, and I'll get you guys on your way. David Bailey has a new Bitcoin acquisition company. It's called Nakamoto. Guys, they're raising $700 million to buy Bitcoin, and you better expect a lot more of that. A lot more of that. Companies that are here and their purpose is stacking Bitcoin. These guys get what's coming. Look, I think you guys get what's coming too, right? This dream that we've had for, a lot of us years, that Bitcoin's going to 1 million per coin and maybe 2 and maybe 3 million per coin. These guys all think the same thing. And they don't just think it, guys. They're actually making a plan around that, and they're betting on it. Again, $700 million bet. You got GameStop, who has billions they're looking to put towards Bitcoin. You have Strategy, who now has many, many, many billions worth of Bitcoin, and their goal is get more. You see the writing on the wall. You see what's coming here. Please don't let any FUD out there on the timeline. I know there's none right now, but don't let FUD on the timeline shake you of any conviction you have about where this is all going. It's very obvious, and that's one of those indicators right there. Guys, they're coming for Bitcoin. Normies are coming for whatever they can get their hands on. In this case, they're looking for Ethereum, IUM. Look, we've been doing the Google search trends, trying to see what people are searching for. Are they looking for Bitcoin? Are they looking for Solana? Like, what are they looking for? And maybe all along it was misspelled tokens that we needed to be searching for, because there is an increase here in Ethereum spelled incorrectly. But I don't know. Look, it's not the biggest deal. I just think it's funny. There's some truth there too. Normies are coming. They pay attention when price goes up for whatever reason, just how it works. And man, they're starting to pay attention. They are coming. You better believe when Bitcoin hits that new all-time high, they're coming in a big, big way. Can't wait. I can't wait. We all know what's coming. Now, to greet them, hopefully we have great regulations here. Finally, we want them. Look, it's not that we don't want to be regulated. We just want it to be fair, and we want it to make sense. And the path towards those regulations continues, guys. We had the big setback with the Genius Act last week. Bummer. It's not done. It's not over. The Genius Act still will have more votes. It hopefully does get passed. It's reasonable. It's good stablecoin regulation, and it is a matter of time till that happens. That is a when, not an if. But today, another step forward in this regard here. The SEC Crypto Task Force meeting today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. BlackRock, Fidelity, NASDAQ, they'll have representatives there. But the keynote speech comes from the SEC chairman. It's Paul Atkins, talking about digital asset or asset tokenization. So great topic, great guy, great panel there. Man, these guys, believe it or not, get it. We got the right people in the right places, and soon enough we'll have great regulations here for crypto. Man, at that point, look out. Crazy places we're going to. All right, guys, there is your update for today. If I didn't say it before, just a reminder, I'm just testing and experimenting with the format. I might be live tomorrow at our normal time, or if this video does better view-wise, maybe it's another one of these videos. We'll feel it out. If I end up doing these kind of videos in the morning, I will still fit in live streams during the week. Maybe they're in the evening, maybe they're in the afternoon, maybe they're, I don't know. I don't know when they'll be, but we will definitely do live streams. The weekend live streams will continue to, no changes there. And maybe most importantly is the afternoon show. Nothing changes there. This is to save some time to put more time into that show, get more guests. So definitely make sure you're subscribed over on Crypto Slam on YouTube. Follow along there. And guys, just as important, keep up with the swarm_AI. There's a lot of interesting things we're going to be putting out here on the timeline. Really going to start ramping up the comms and giving people an idea of what we're cooking, what's coming, and why it's so important. And make no mistake, as one of the very few agents out there that's in the Virtuals ACP, again, a swarm. This is our swarm that's going to be in Virtual Swarm. This will be the talk of crypto Twitter. So keep your eyes on the swarm right here. And if you do get it, you do grab them. You stack Virtuals points. So there we go. Anyway, guys, great hanging with you this morning. I'll see you this afternoon on the Swarm Report over on the swarm_AI and Crypto Slam. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you. Peace.